Hello, and welcome to the Diary of the Pan-African Preacher. Today's African proverb states, "A man who owes is a slave to the lender." By the end of 2023, Africa's external debt hit $1.152 trillion US. That is equivalent to $768 US for every African on the continent of Africa. Yet, at a recent African Union debt management conference, no clear targets were set to reduce the debt to GDP ratio, which now stands at a staggering 67%. The debt to GDP ratio compares a country's national debt to its gross domestic product. In other words, debt is the total amount of money the government owes, and the GDP is the total value of everything a country produces in a year. In other words, its income. So the debt to GDP ratio tells you how much a country owes compared to what it earns in a year. So Africa's debt is equivalent to 67% of its income. Meanwhile, the recently appointed Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area, His Excellency Wamkele Mene, reminds us that the Continental Free Trade Area holds the greatest promise for African prosperity. In case you did not know, Africa trades less with itself than any other region in the world. That must change. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area unites 54 nations and 1.47 billion people into the world's largest free trade zone. Its success could reduce our reliance on foreign goods, strengthen our currencies, and shrink the debt burden that shackles our development. The new AU Commission Chair, His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, has prioritized in Agenda 2063's second 10-year plan 2 goals. One, that every AU member state becomes at least middle income, and 2, that Africa becomes integrated and connected. These are noble goals, but where are the benchmarks? If we are serious about African transformation, we must expand intra-African trade. It will deliver 5 powerful dividends. 1, economic growth and diversification. 2, reduce foreign currency dependency. 3, job creation and poverty reduction. 4, stronger fiscal balances. And 5, resilience to external shocks. This year, 2025, Africa is projected to grow, or Africa's economies is projected to grow by an average of 3.9%. Yet we are set to pay 88.7 billion US dollars in external debt servicing in 2025. This becomes a drain on our development funds for education, healthcare, infrastructure, and job creation. The sacred wisdom of Leviticus chapter 25 verse 14 speaks to us still. If you make a sale to your neighbor or buy from your neighbor, you shall not wrong one another. Let us trade more with our neighbors and borrow less from slavers. Borrow less from strangers.